Heroscape, the Age of Annihilation is here, and we'll show you today all of the different characters, what their powers are, on this creature feature on Legendary Tactics. Gentlemen, we have some interesting characters to go through today. We'll start, we have to end with this piece because he's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, check this guy out. So you're going to be telling me all about him at the end, right?
He's Marquet. Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
Why don't we begin with you, Gastel? Who are you introducing us to first, and what did they do?
Well, I'd like to introduce you to Rex, the Kyrie warrior, who is somebody who does damage, but also when you kill somebody, heals themselves as they steal the life force from their victim.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. Okay. I think I'll begin with the Exiles of the Sundered Sea, and that's these critters over here. So one thing in this game is that you either get one giant guy or there are mobs that have
squads,
multiple squads, exactly. So this guy here, lots of movement, absolutely no hit points, so a single hit takes them out. Range is terrible to begin with. Their attack is actually surprisingly good, and defense is pretty terrible. But you get these black powder pistols, and when you spend one, that increases your range. You add 4, so they're massively long range. You can just peck people off, and they also have this stealthy ability that if someone shoots them from afar, they can run away, so they can disengage better than most. Really, they're gonna hide on the periphery of the board and attack people and just be pests.
Nice. I'm gonna start with the Frostclaw Paladins, and as we showed in another video, these guys can be really powerful, and I love I really like the mobs that we have here. They're so versatile, and they're so much fun because you get to like play with multiple characters all at once,
all
right?
with one activation.
That's right. So you feel like you're doing so much. These guys have 2 hit points, so a little bit more than some of the other kind of grouped characters. They have the run where they can run in, so you can close the gap really, really quickly. And they also have a bonus where they can activate their champion as well on their turn. But again, they're fairly heavy hitting. They have high defense, and I really, every time I've played, whenever I've been one of the groups, it's so much fun. You get so many actions, and they can deal some damage.
They can. You only need to squeeze 2 hits through to finish them off.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're pretty powerful guys.
Yep.
Absolutely. Thank you. Who do you have next for us?
I have Loviatak, the Kyrie warrior, who is a follower of Utgard. And Loviatak is really all about leadership, leading different people and lots of synergies with other Utgard characters. Also, Loviaktaks, when they roll a skull, it counts for 2 hits, not just 1, so they can hit quite hard.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. Now, this is a character I haven't actually had the chance to play with yet. I've played with a bunch of the other ones, but she's interesting. Rakchok, Steward of Death.
This is one of my favorite sculpts.
Right, yeah.
I love the detail on
beautiful.
It, the vines.
And thank you to Renegade Game Studios, too, for providing a review copy of this game. They provided us with the full painted set, and it came like this, no assembly. I mean, you had to put this guy together, but all these little guys you didn't need to glue arms and legs on or anything like that. It just came ready to go.
Yeah. And boy, are the painted minis beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
They're done so well. I'd be interested to see how people paint these as well.
Yeah,
to see the variety that they come up with. But these are gorgeous.
Absolutely. So her power is basically if she sees somebody killed, she becomes more powerful. And these tokens increase her attack value. You do consume those throughout the game. So she can be a lot of fun that way. And her defense is 8 on this side. This side she's down to a 4, but that's still pretty strong, given she's got a decent attack of 3.
Interesting.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'll go with the champion, Knight Irene, which is just another awesome sculpt, and really does look like a beefed up version of the Frostclaw Paladins, right? And they play together off very well. Has the charge in, can do like another special attack that just deals extra damage, and it's been really powerful. Again, the defense 4, attack 4. I know when I played them as a tandem, it's been really powerful, and that's who they can activate her as like a free turn as part of their powers.
Awesome.
which is
And
pretty cool.
One thing you need to consider when you're building a team is that we played with 400 points, and I'm sure you could adjust that if you wanted to, depending on how many people you want to play with. But so these guys, she's only worth 110. These guys are 120, so fairly cheap there, actually, given what the punch they pack.
Yeah, and it's about half your loadout, but you've got awesome shock troops with a champion.
That's right.
And you're going to be rolling dice like 5 times on a turn, and
yeah, huge.
It's really fun.
What have you got for us?
Well, next I have the Vidar Admiral EJ1M. Now, I always like the Vidar characters because I'm really into robots and stuff like that. But Vidar is really all about leading pirates. So there's keywords on the side here. And if there's the pirate or captain keyword, then Admiral EJ1M is able to give them additional orders. Also, the boarding party special attack is amazing in that you get to attack a bunch of times, but every time you attack a different figure, you get to move your pirates forward. So it's like you're giving covering fire as they advance.
That's really cool. I loved with this character that you could change your initiative order. So if you put all of your tokens on this guy, then you see what everybody else is doing, and you think, okay, yeah, I need to change my order. So that was a powerful boost. So we're down to my last character, and I think one of the coolest looking. I mean, this guy's the set piece, but Raylan the Kyrie Warrior is fantastic. And so when we get into the powers, she's very scary because this beast, Cringer or Battle Cat, as I like to refer to it, is very frightening. So if she's got a clear sight space, then their defense value is reduced by 1. So that's pretty sweet. And Twist the Blade is the power that if she gets that spear inside them, she just gives it a little extra torque and does some extra damage. So she can wipe people out in a hurry if she just gets that first hit. Pretty cool. This is actually a really good one to start with if you're flipping to this side of the card because the powers aren't that confusing. So I would give this to a younger player.
Plus, they'd love to play with...
Absolutely, and it looks really cool.
Right.
You're a really immature adult.
Yeah, such as us.
Yes.
Yeah, so moving away from Yandar here, we have our dwarf. And he is really cool. And I found him, when we played him, like remarkably like durable. He just I don't know, he wouldn't go away. Luckily, I was playing him, so it paid off in my benefit. But Dorum, the Bulkhead Brawler, and a really cool sculpt. Like, even though it's a smaller character, they've done so much detail on it, which is just really cool. You can do a charge where everybody else gets an extra move action. You have your chain axe, which is just fun to think about using. Again, move 5, attack 4, defense. He was a really, really solid character. And again, he pairs well with the pirates and stuff like that too. So, yeah.
I actually found this character, everybody underestimated him. When this guy comes swooping in to attack you, the whole board unites to kill him because you just want the honor of taking that off the board. This guy, he kind of sneaks in quietly. He's a little wee guy, smaller than everybody else, but he does pack a punch.
Well, and he has the same health as Irene does.
Right.
Right? And so...
But looks a lot less intimidating.
Yeah. So he's a little unassuming, and you can sneak up, and before they know it, you're rolling 4 dice and...
Absolutely. So let's put him up in the top tier here.
Yeah. Nice.
Give him a little boost. Okay, who have we got next?
Well, actually, we want to finish
I'll double
with...
up because we want to finish.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Finish with the big sculpt. I did purposely save another mob for the end. I really like the 4 characters. Well, if you play them right and you swoop in, you get so many attacks. I think it was this one that I absolutely pummeled you.
You just eviscerated me. Yes.
Yeah. You had yours, but they were all spread out, and I just swooped in, and it was bang, bang, bang. You can name a captain, which will also do extra actions and give you extra freedom in your pieces. You also get an extra piece if they weren't adjacent to one of your characters to start with, which also can up it. So if they move in all at once, then they get tons of bonuses. They are only 1 hit point. But again, you're rolling with 3 dice 4 times, and if you get the extra 1 additional attack die,
it's huge.
Right, then you're rolling 4 times, and you're bound to do some damage.
And if you're higher, that's 5.
Right, higher ground, and then even a big character can probably only attack one. I know there's some ones that have the chain reaction, but boy, it's so much fun.
It is, yeah. And you can absolutely, because the dice are stacked with, there's more damage that's caused than there are shields that defend, then that really gives an advantage to these guys.
One of the things that, again, even the small characters, the game is set up where, like, this guy can hurt him, right?
Absolutely.
And so, yes, I'm going to get crushed, but I might do some damage before I do. And so it's not like there's such a disparity in the power levels that there's just no chance of even inflicting a wound.
So for the purposes of our next demonstration, I'm going to put those guys there.
Oh.
So now we come to the set piece. So tell us about this one, Gastel.
Well, this is Zenithrax, sorry. I don't speak that language natively. Zenithrax the Vine Weaver, who has a defense of 10 on this side, the basic side. But when turned over to the master side, has an erupting earth special attack that allows you to sort of attack in a chain with one less die each time. Not quite as effective as his one-time attack, but allows him to clear out a squad that might be coming his way. So this is sort of the counter to the squad bombardment that you were just talking about.
Right.
And they just have to be adjacent to each other, so you can extend an attack really far as long as they're linked.
Well, yes, you lose a die every single time, so you can only do 4 attacks.
But they don't have to be right next to your character.
No.
Yeah, so you can hit them from really, because it just sort of erupts in a cataclysm.
And I do find that very thematic too, with the size of that character.
Yes.
Thinking about like just doing damage to a big chain of characters. And,
And also to frustrate people, Zenithrax is able to put these vine glyphs down. And when somebody stands on that vine glyph, they attack with less dice and they defend with less dice. So allowing Zenithrax to do the coup de grace.
Right, so you can set up a defensive perimeter against these swarmy guys.
Sure, although, as you pointed out before, the problem with Zenithrax is magnet for being attacked, because everybody wants to deal with the big set piece here. But he's gorgeous. The sculpt is unbelievably amazing.
Absolutely. So thank you for joining me. I hope you got something out of the video. Let us know in the comments which of these is your favorite character. Now get out there.
Get gaming.
And be
legendary.